Angela Merkel has welcomed U.S. President-elect Joe Biden's victory in November, but one analyst warns the two leaders could come to blows over trade. The Democrats' victory in the U.S. election will represent a new chapter for relations between Washington and Berlin after years of tension. Outgoing President, Donald Trump, was a critic of the EU and a vocal backer of Brexit. But now European leaders are competing for Mr. Biden's partnership as German Chancellor Angela Merkel attempts to charm the president-elect. Mrs. Merkel, very warmly, welcomed Mr. Biden's win, and acknowledged that her country needed to take on more responsibility within the transatlantic partnership. She added, "America is and will remain our closest ally, but it expects more from us, and rightly so." Despite optimism in Berlin, experts have warned Germany and the U.S. could still endure differences over trade. Andrew Kenningham, chief Europe economist at Capital Economics, told CNBC in November that he expects tension between Mrs. Merkel and Mr. Biden. He said, "I expect that there will still be some tensions over trade and economic policy between Germany and the U.S. The EU has plans to more strongly regulate and tax the mainly U.S. tech firms such as Amazon and Google etc. And perennial trade disputes, for example between Boeing and Airbus, are not going to go away." However, the end of the Trump administration all but eliminates some tail risks for the next few years at least. In particular, there was a possibility that Trump would follow through on his threat to impose tariffs on EU auto exports. Despite this, Mr. Kenningham added that overall, the direct economic impact of a Biden presidency on the German economy will be small. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen has even accepted that the EU cannot go back to the exact same agenda we had 5 years ago. She added, "We should not fall into that trap. We need a fresh approach. Because the world has changed and so have the United States and so has Europe." As the EU prepares for new trading terms with the US, the UK has also been warned of the impact of Mr. Biden. Experts have warned Prime Minister Boris Johnson that his efforts to override the withdrawal agreement in Brexit talks could compromise a trade deal with the US. Dr. Nigel Bowles, a U.S. politics expert at the University of Oxford, told Express.co.uk that Mr. Johnson's strategy is damaging hopes of a U.S. trade deal. He warned that the UK will have to make painful concessions in order to achieve such a deal with Washington.